I've got a update here, late breaking update to the story that we brought you last night, where People magazine had said that they had found a restaurant employee of the Mad Greek restaurant in Idaho who confirmed that Bryan Kohberger had been in that restaurant a couple of times, ordered a vegan pizza, had some strange requests. And that really gave us the nexus to the victims in the Idaho killings. But the woman who runs and owns the Mad Greek restaurant is pushing back, Jackie Fisher. She is saying the news media should really do their due diligence before running a story with completely fabricated information. This will be my only response to this story from People. It's not true. However, I will say this. People magazine talked to a former employee of the restaurant, and an investigator, a source of theirs, confirmed that it was true. So that's tricky, and we'll have to navigate through all of that. But I can't think of a better example of the full saturation news coverage of sensational cases that keeps us all on the edge of our seats, but at the same time possibly poisoning a jury pool. That can happen. Susan Constantine knows this well, because she's a jury consultant, she's a trial strategy expert, and not coincidentally, she's a human behavior expert. She's consulted on some of the biggest high-profile trials of our times, Jeffrey Epstein, Michael Jackson, among them. Susan, first let me just start off with the obvious question. Changing a venue is usually what you hear first, right? That's what defense lawyers, sometimes prosecutors, Jerry Sandusky, the prosecutors wanted it out of there. But changing a venue is different in this day and age because venues were all the same with social media, with your phone and the instant alerts. Is there such thing as a change of venue anymore?
Well, the last I heard of a really big trial that I was, aware of here was in Orlando, Casey Anthony trial. We didn't have a change of venue, but they were pulling in jurors from Pinellas County into Orange County. That actually was effective in this particular case. But I want to share with you that I just got back from London, and in the grocery store in London, there were two of the workers that were there where they were talking about the Idaho murder case and already said about that man that had killed those 4 people. So you're right. I mean, there's nowhere you can hide, nowhere you can go. Everyone's heard of it, no matter where they're at. We're a global universe. The World Wide Web makes you feel like you know the people next door.
So when you get hired, what do you look for? What are your tricks of the trade so that you know someone who's up on the stand getting voir dired to be a member of a jury panel? You know they're not a stealth juror who's got a mission, right? I'm going to nail that guy, or I'm going to write a book, or whatever it is they might do. What do you look for to make sure you get the panel that your client, be it the prosecutor or the defense, needs?
Well, that's a really good question too, Ashleigh, because really you start with the demographic factors. We know that there are specific type of jurors that tend to be more egalitarian versus authoritarian based on their job, their background. And then you go into, in every case it's different. So for, let's say the Idaho murder case, we've got 4 people that were killed. 3 of them were women. So that's going to change the dynamics. How many of those people that are on that jury pool or that were summoned for the jury that have children the same age that may also be in college that may project their fears and concerns on that particular defendant? That's one of them. The other thing is that once you compile certain demographic factors, we know that women are generally harder on crime than most men are when it comes to these violent acts against women. Even in sexual assault cases. And then in addition to that, then what I'm doing is I'm watching their responses. I want to find people that are really honest. When I say honest, I mean you could sense in their facial expressions, their warmth in their eyes, they want to be helpful, and they are easily to have a conversation with. So they're not really forcing it. And so you can tell that when you're reading facial expressions, because you can see it in the muscles in their face and what's firing. So I'm looking for contemptuous facial expressions. Those are the smirks, the eyebrow raises, the demeanor, rapid eye blinking, which is showing cognitive load. So I like to look across the panel, and I want to see when a probative question is asked, one that should create some sort of stimulus. I'm watching to see which jurors' eyes are blinking more rapidly than others. So I mean,
it's fascinating. Well, yeah. Yes. I'm going to get you back next week. I'm running out of time, but I want to get you back next week because jury selection starts on Monday. Susan Constantine, thank you so much.
My pleasure.
Thank you for watching. Go to newsnationnow.com to find NewsNation on your television provider. And don't forget to click the red subscribe button below to get more of NewsNation's fact-driven, unbiased coverage.